Wish y'all could see what's going on in this mug. Oh, God. Look at Joe.
I don't know if
just
that's
look at Joe.
Just
look at Joe. That's all you need. Just look at Joe. Look how he's sweating. That's all you need to know about what's going on with the show right now. Jordan in the back.
Whoa. Hey, hold on, wait.
We got Ringo over here.
Hey, wait a minute.
Wait, what I said? What I say?
No.
So many guys will be sweating like that.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. We starting off wild. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Show love. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page, man. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. Only channel talk Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. We got a lot to get into today with our Chicago Bears team. I mean, listen, it's ugly, it's bad, and we'll be talking about all that and more right after this.
Right after this, people, let's go.
Heisman. Oh, we implement new stuff. We seeing some stuff for the first time, man. Appreciate y'all for showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Hey, dog, that pose was crazy. It was like, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Blessings, brother.
What a beautiful caramel man.
Hey, nah, you know what that pose was? That mug was like, you know how they be going through the shows and then they sneak up on you on the intro. You turn around.
Right. Oh, you said he had 90 sitcom pose?
That's where we want.
That was my Saturday. That's my Saturday Night Live.
Ringo said that man got 90 sitcom pose. That's crazy. What's good? It's your boy Pat the Designer. We got the squad in the building. The pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid in the building. Of course, the man formerly known as Ringo J. Stefan the Don in this John right now.
He like that angle. Look at
it. Hey. He's fighting so hard not to lick his lips right now.
This is close up.
The Ringo campaign.
The Ringo cam is in effect.
Y'all, bro. Everybody, y'all hate on me, bro.
You do it so much, the chat knows you do it. You do it so much, the chat knows you do it. Of course, we got the super producer, Joel Holt, and JC in the building. Yes, appreciate everybody for showing love, man. Hey, man. For all the Bears fans out there, yes, we do still feel your pain. It's ugly out here. It's tough. Guess what? It is what it is. This is the team that we got. I mean, but it was. Here's the weird part, right? Here's the weird part. It was better. It was better, and we can realistically say that it was better. That's as good. That's as good as it gets, right? Listen, we went from refuse.
We got the levels.
Remember it was trash, and then it was refuse. We up the rubbish.
I kind of feel like this is
the rubbish.
This is the trash on the desk that you ain't throwing away yet.
We up the rubbish. Hey, let's recap what we saw in the game, man. Look what this man doing out there. He's phenomenal out there. Go put it on for him.
Let's get the recap on. All right, so this is what we got, man.
Hey, 471 yards of total offense is a plus, something to speak to. But I mean, listen, the Bears come up on the short end of the stick there. I mean, it's so depressing when you finally see something go your way to be on the short end of the stick on this one. I thought that they did a good job, of course, moving the ball vertically downfield, the passing yards, and it starts with the rushing game to me, with Khalil Herbert actually getting active. I mean, the first time you give him 18 carries, he runs the football that well. Mm-hmm. Come on, guys. I think there's a theme here, of course.
Here's the defensive stats.
Defensive stats, when you look at it, a defensive touchdown is really the one that gives you the gut punch. Of course, the field goals, to me, that's going to be the question. I mean, listen, It's the biggest question about it. Justin Fields had his best game of the season. Love to see that. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. I thought DJ Moore did a great job. Tells you anytime. There was a point in the game where DJ Moore caught a pass and the defender said, "How'd you catch that?" And of course, Khalil Herbert, what we saw from him. And there was a lot of that. There was that card that just fell right there. Cole Kmet, great day as well. There was a lot of that at the end of that game, man. But I think we saw. Here's the interesting part, right? I think that we saw so much from this team in the first half that gives you hope to move in the right direction. Of course, we want to see a little bit more out of the defensive side of the football, but it is what it is. This is where this team is right now. There's so much to ask of this team. Boys, at the end of the day, listen. What'd you see Sunday? Of course, I think most of us saw so much positivity. The trap window in the stats is hilarious. I'm not going to lie. That's crazy. Somebody said you got graphics now. I remember watching you with the trap window. If you was here for the trap window, so it just used to be a window in the background because it was a part of the house. That's where I was at. There was a window behind me. And Muggs was like, bro, was you serving in that?
We used to blow the curtain, used to move. They used to say we had ghosts.
It was that, and Coda would just randomly
Coda would just pop up in it.
Big bear of an animal just be in there, right?
Hey, bro, that mess used to be hilarious, though. But, let's start off with Kid. Sunday, good game, turning into a game that does not go in the Bears' favor.
Great game. It's not a good game. It's a great game compared to what we've been. Listen, I told you all before the game happened. I'm not looking for it to be a situation in which we won. I didn't care whether we won or lost. I wanted to see progression between where Justin Fields was to where he could be. And that's what you saw in that game. I like the way the game was called. I know we're going to get into the field goal things like that. Can I touch on it now? Or you want me to wait?
We could talk about it.
I like the call. I like the simple fact that the team was rolling, the team was clicking. He wanted them to still be aggressive, and he let them be aggressive. Realistically, if the team is rolling at that point and he kicks a field goal, it's a smart thing to do. But everyone's going to have the conversation if we still lost as to why did he go for the field goal instead of going for it. It's a darn if you do, darn if you don't situation. Yeah. We were clicking, we were rolling. It's the first time our offense have been rolling like this all season. Let your boys run. This is one of those moments where it's like, yo, all right, I'm gonna let you go for it. But if we're ever in this situation again, you know why I'm kicking this field goal. That's what I thought it was. But everything else, realistically, we're two turnovers that shouldn't have happened away from having a W. Everything else was fine.
Hey, that's a Wani statement, ain't it? That's that Wani.
Hey, listen, Justin Fields' fumble was
it's not much you could do.
Not much you could do about it.
I'm mad at.
That was a great play by Cooper.
It's a great play call. The guys on defense get paid too. I'm mad that at the ball security part of it, but there's not Justin wanted to put that on himself. They literally asked him after, and he was like at the podium, and it was like, yeah, maybe I could have. No, there's nothing I can do about that. He was just there. It was just a good play. That's realistically what it was. Ringo, what'd you see in that game?
All right, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. That game proved to me absolutely nothing. I'm not even gonna lie. All that showed me was that Justin is talented. You got talent at the skill positions, and literally the only thing that's holding them back to me.
I think that shows you a lot, don't it?
I mean, it is what it is. You scored 28 points and out-schemed Vance Joseph to me. It's not that hard. We were just talking about it before we started. Yeah. The Broncos defense is historically bad. Historically black.
That defense black as heck, ain't it? That defense mad black.
Historically Jackson State.
Mad black.
This defense historically Colorado. Wait a minute. Hold on.
There's things you can build on with Justin there. I appreciated the performance. But I think that this will definitely, for me, have to be now you've seen these are some of the things that you can run with Justin. Let's stick with that and hopefully carry that in the next week. Now, in terms of the field goal, because I texted kid about this in the chat. I went back and looked. I'm on a mindset that if it was going to be four down territory, you either tell him that before Y'all go
They
out and
knew
start
it.
that drive, or you tell them that in the headset, because at the end of the day, they went out and got the stop. If it's me, I'm taking a field goal, because realistically, you make them drive the field. I'm gonna try to see if I can get their stop, and they did. So when Let's hits the field goal,
I think that's the worst part of it all, right? That's the only part that really makes it bad is that they stop them. Like, it's like you actually stop it for a field goal, you tie it. Maybe Justin goes down and wins you the game. Maybe he doesn't. That's the only part that I look at that I was like, okay, I see why you take the points in that situation. Me and Lance was talking about that today. What y'all see back there?
I feel that it was encouraging, but I said this the other day, fool's gold. If they win, they're supposed to beat this team. So I want to see this type of consistency, or like the play call was amazing. But that's a bad team you went against. We all said Vance Joseph is historically a bad defensive coordinator.
Yep.
You said that joker gets 45 points put on him all the time.
Hey, yo, so he's had 45 points put on him in so many different situations.
So you had a chance. It exposed the coaching. It put Justin Fields in a pressure situation, but this is inferior competition. Like, you're supposed to beat inferior competition. We've always seen them beat inferior teams. I've always wanted to see them be competitive.
Do what?
I've seen them when they beat inferior teams, like when Lovey was rolling. Oh yeah, we beat the bad teams. It's always.
Oh, I was about to say. I was like, I haven't always seen them beat inferior teams. I've been watching this team the last 10 years. Inferior teams been putting it on us.
We'll beat the bad teams, but when the real competition shows up, we always struggle bus. It's like struggle. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So my point was, if they do this, I want to see them at least be competitive. I mean, this offense looked great, but is this because it was against Denver? And that's what makes me mad.
Well, I think the only thing is, right, that's where you got to start. You can only start versus the next team you play.
That's true.
The one thing that I said coming into this game, and I think that there's two parts of this that are concerning for me. The one thing is, though, that I felt good about was when Justin made the comments of I want to play freely, right? When he made those comments, it was Wednesday. You make those comments on a Wednesday, the game plan's it. We're not changing the game plan on Wednesday to fit a game versus the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday. The game plan is it. I'm rolling with it. This week, we see a game plan that was changed that, to me, did allow Justin to play more freely. And my God, do you know that if you throw footballs forward, you go down the field? I didn't know that we could do that. Who would have thought that? I had no idea that was a concept.
And if the other person catches it, change it.
That's true.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's my favorite
and
play.
If you get good blocking,
bro. Hey, we'll talk about Chase in a second.
And the thing is, there was script plays, there was off script plays, like when he threw that touchdown in the red zone, like he broke containment, hit I think he hit commit.
He hit Herbert on that one.
That wasn't probably on script. Like, that's fine. We have room for those type of things. But if you're able to methodically, read this defense, but again, how much of it was just a bad defense? But if we could keep that type of momentum,
what it was protection.
Protection looked good.
Protection was amazing, and that is the product of a bad defense.
Right. What they had, they had 4 sacks. We had 1 sack, by the way, and it was a half for each. We had somebody else. No sacks. I mean,
it was an aggressive sack too. It was like 3 dudes fighting over it. It was like, let me get there. Me. I want a piece of it too. The problem was it was all on one. No, I agree with you. I think that your problems aren't solved. But what I did see is that you were taking a step in what I would say is the right direction. I think that is something to be said about where this Bears team is at right now versus the first 3 weeks. That football looked completely different versus the first 3 weeks. And I'm not going to lie to you. You didn't play 3 defenses that are elite. The Chiefs' defense is
No. Chiefs defense is up there.
Going into last night, they got the 6th ranked defense in the league.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's going into yesterday. Overall, we know the Chiefs.
Even the week before,
but
once they got Jones back, they've been dominating.
Well, listen.
You got good pieces.
Hey, they defense last night is the only reason they won.
Here's the thing. The reason they won is because of that holding call. That was crazy. But or that lack of holding call. But no, think about it. Your defense gets a power boost when you play the Chicago Bears. That's how bad our offensive lines have been. right? Or has been this season. I think that you look at the 4 defenses we play, maybe you say Tampa's the best of the bunch, and Tampa's defense hasn't looked great since that game. That's where I'm looking at this Bears team and I'm saying, okay, if you can figure out how to protect your quarterback, you now see the product that you can get with it. This comes at a time when Tevin Jenkins is slated to be back in the building. I don't know if he's going to play Thursday just because of a short week, but maybe he does, right? You get Nate Davis seeming like he had a pretty good day. Darnell Wright can play.
Yep.
He's legit.
He made 2 really, really rookie mistakes. The Khalil Herbert not getting the first down is on him. It is. Because he completely whiffs on his backside block. And then the holding call where he first off, I said this today on the Chicago Bears podcast. If you're gonna get a penalty, get a penalty. He rock bottom. He was rock bottom in that man, bro. I was like,
if you gonna commit.
That's what Lance said. He said, if you're gonna commit crime, make sure it's capital. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna do it. Like they was choking that man out on the way down the sideline. That was craziness what we were seeing. But those are 2 plays that bring you back the other direction. The reason that this Bears team was in this game, and it's something that needs to get cleaned up, is because they were just as undisciplined as we were. Versus a better football team versus a good football team, we're not in this game really in the slightest because of how many times we went backwards. But you kept seeing Justin be able to adjust off of those plays. And they had plays that were set up for a 3rd and 15, 3rd and 12, different things like that. And I think that is the change in the game plan that this Bears team needed.
To be honest with you, though, I still don't look at it from that perspective. Like, I look at it from no matter what, our QB got a chance to build his confidence again. Like any professional athlete, when you sit there and they're struggling, they're going through all these things, what do they have them do? They have them get reps against B teams. Every sport, football, basketball, you go against the practice squad stuff. You build your confidence up. He got the chance to get real game reps against a real NFL team that build up his confidence, and that's invaluable. Because before then, did you have the confidence that he was going to throw for 400, have 4 touchdowns?
No, I also didn't have the confidence in the game plan, though. I thought that the game plan changing gave me more confidence than Justin Fields, because I don't care what it is. There's no game plan that's going to be East and West, and you're going to win.
But the one thing that, like, take example, Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson right now, and they said it all broadcast. He's thinking. He's doing way too much. He's in his head. He's doing you can see him methodically go through his game and not really playing football. Justin Fields was doing the same stuff. You didn't see him do that. So now let's carry that over into the next game, because we got the Commanders.
What?
Now the Commanders got a decent defense.
Commanders gonna send the house.
I'm gonna say this.
They came out
in terms of morale boost. Next week,
shout out Tanner with the super chat.
And in terms of morale boost next week, the Bears got to come out. The Bears got to come out hot, because
it's Thursday.
Washington is. I think that they feel like they're a couple. I think that they feel like they're a couple pieces away. Like
they look good.
Eric Bieniemy,
they look good.
With the exception of the Buffalo game, Eric Bieniemy got Sam Howell looking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Cooking.
And that D line to do what that D line and that O line to do what they did to the Eagles yesterday, and we consider the Eagles as one of the top 3 teams in the league. That they're on the side. So the
listen, I'm just glad that Ryan Poles gonna get an opportunity to get an up close look at his next head coach.
Bro,
he better.
I wish.
He better consider. He better consider.
I've said I think that at the end of the day, I feel like at some point, and low key, I mean, we can even segue this into the Chase thing. There's gotta be real leadership in the building at some point, and I don't think even with this whole season, I don't think that they're gonna keep this regime, but you have to be able to build something so that way when that next coach comes in, even if it's a Ben Johnson, a Eric Bieniemy, a Kellen Moore, they'll say, "Hey, these guys got DJ Moore. Hey, these guys got Darnell Mooney. Hey, they got Marvin Harrison Jr. They got a solid running game with a solid O line. We could build something."
If I can interject, I don't think Flus is fighting for his job anymore.
I do.
You don't.
I
Wait,
absolutely
what?
do.
Two
You
reasons.
mean because it's over?
Two reasons. Two reasons.
Because it's over.
I was
Yeah,
about to
because
say,
he already
two
lost.
Two
it.
reasons. Two reasons. Work with me here. If the reason why Chase ain't playing is his call, and the reason why things looked better was because of things he put in place, and it continues throughout the season, I don't think he's going to be on
We
the
know
hot
the
seat.
reason why Chase ain't playing in his call because he didn't even know why Chase was at home.
Oh, well, see that. There you go. Well,
Yeah,
Flus,
that's
bye-bye.
the problem.
Listen.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the reason for me why I think that he is coaching for his job. And what that game showed me, and we can go into the Chase Claypool stuff with it, right? Because that game showed me something that I think we've all kind of forgotten. He's learning on the job too.
Fact.
It's not. Listen, it's not
easy.
It's not you get a pass because you're learning on the job, but he is, right? Like to me, not going for it on fourth down the first time in the first drive, and then going for it on the second down was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense now. Right? You had to process what was happening, and then all of a sudden you can go out there and do it. There's a question at leadership, and right now the biggest question is, are you going to be able to get everything in order leadership-wise throughout the season for you to have enough time to evaluate what Justin Fields is and keep him around with what it seems like is going to be two really high draft picks if things keep going the same way. I think that's your biggest problem. The Chase Claypool situation is an absolute key to that because you know what? He didn't set the standard. That's on Flus. Chase Claypool in the first game disrespected you. He disrespected, he basically said your mama. He disrespected the principles that your entire defense is built upon. And you was like, that's okay, let's keep it going into the second game. He apologized for it. No, you don't do that. You set the standard. This is our standard. This is where we play at. If you don't meet this standard, you will not be here. It shouldn't have took you to week 4 if that's who he was. I wanted Chase to be good. I told them to bring in Chase, right? I called Ryan. Yo, Ryan, go get him. You know what I mean? A day later, he was traded. I'm never doing that again.
Matter of fact,
you know what I
you
mean?
got
Like,
on me because I said no.
Hey, I did. No, don't come back now.
I did.
You know,
I said no.
You did.
You know why?
No, he did.
No,
say
you know
no.
why? Because my point was like everybody else said, if Pittsburgh's getting rid of you, that means there's something.
Yeah.
y'all see a
So-
trend here?
Huh?
Y'all see a trend here? Go finish your thought.
Well, I just said if Pittsburgh saw a problem with him, I'm like, I don't want him. And I said then by him getting here, it's hard because he needs a whole offseason to learn off. Like you're expecting this guy to come in and just take off. I didn't see that happening. So I was like, we can wait and see.
Yeah,
Then
but it shouldn't have took 14 weeks.
Yeah.
Like there is something there. This is the thing.
You see the trend though?
He's got all the talent in the world. He really does. He's got the size, he's got the ability, but if you ain't got it here, you're gonna get cooked.
all of those dudes for the most part.
Pat,
in the
call,
NFL.
Pat called for Chase Claypool. That happens a day later. Chase Claypool about to get cut, so that's on Pat. Pat wore the orange jersey on the day that he shouldn't have worn an orange jersey. We get obliterated.
Hey, bro, I ain't worn that orange jersey in
He
2
ain't wore
weeks.
that.
What
Hey,
happened?
the one time he don't do nothing wrong, right? We have one of the best games. We still lost. We have the best game of the season. Justin looks like a real QB because Pat wore neutral colors, the Bears blue, and Chase Claypool wasn't on the field.
So
Neutral colors. Hold
Thanks
up,
a lot,
neutral
Pat.
colors. Neutral colors, right? I wore Walter Payton.
That's a neutral jersey, baby. That's a Hall of Fame. All I'm saying is it's very
Neutral
indicative.
colors. Only one of the best.
It's very
player of all
indicative that
time.
every pack decision turns out to a
Hey,
Bears
hey,
loss.
no,
I just
no,
want to say that
no,
right there.
Yeah, we get toxic up in there.
You get real toxic.
No, y'all not following. Do you see the trend?
What's the truth?
When he's doing the football, you do the exact same thing in basketball.
What you
'Cause
mean?
Where are you at when Kobe White's hooping?
Oh, well, maybe I should not show up then.
Hey,
listen.
no,
Hey,
I'm
you
not
gotta
gonna lie.
call you.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
hey, I'm not gonna lie to
just
you. I'm
saying.
not gonna lie to you. The first thing that somebody said in the chat when we had scored the third touchdown was, "Hey, you can't never invite P Kid and Ringo to the studio again." they don't show up in the set, and all of a sudden we win it. Like,
Hey,
hey,
that's like in what's that Bronx Tale? And the guy had the bad luck stuff, and they was like,
oh yeah,
He's like, don't even get him over here. Don't even do it. They were at the racetrack. And he was
Yeah.
like, I bet all my money on the horse. Oh, tear the tickets up. Tear the tickets up. It's a wrap.
Hey, so let me ask y'all this, right? Is Chase Claypool's time with the Chicago Bears over with now? I mean, I believe Flus didn't know. Flus is at the podium basically going, no, we didn't tell him to stay home. And then all of a sudden after that, he's got to walk it back because somebody told him to stay home, which means it was above Flus. So to me, Ryan came into the building and was like, you can't be here. You don't meet our standard. You go home. All the other inactives are there. Deontay Foreman's on the sideline. We forgot he was on the team.
Man,
Sure
where
did.
is he at?
Facts.
Chilling.
He's a healthy scratch.
I
He's
would,
inactive.
you know what? I'm
Yeah,
mad.
Mercedes Lewis.
Mercedes Lewis on the field.
He actually
playing.
played.
He played yesterday.
He played.
Yeah, he
You
played a
know
lot.
that, man.
He had a phone. He had a.
He came here for blocking.
They need to put him on the touch push.
I do want to ask though, because V-Dog mentioned it. I thought the same thing. Was that just Coach Speed? Did he lie?
No, he lied.
Yeah, he
100% he
lied,
lied.
of
Did
course.
No,
Flus
he
lie?
lied.
Did Flus lie about
sorry,
not
Mr.
knowing?
Puff, I
Well,
think I
no,
lied.
here's the thing.
That's what I mean. Did Flus lie?
Here's
Or did he not know?
I
don't think he did not know.
I don't. It's hard for me to believe your head coach didn't know why a player wasn't there, especially when per Flus, they meet every week and go over the roster and who's going to be active, who's going to be inactive. But what I will say is I do believe that Ryan Poles made an executive decision because somebody has to show leadership. It's clearly not Matt Eberflus. That's the biggest problem. You can be a defensive head coach and all of that, but if you're the elite leader in the room, you don't let somebody walk in, slap your principles in the face, and then just keep going about your business and say, he'll be back next week. Heck, he'll be back for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we saw from Matt Eberflus in 2 games or the first 4 games of the season. It took him till week 4 for him to go, for somebody to go. It wasn't him, clearly, to go, hey, he doesn't meet our standards. Yes, he's got talent. For me, Ryan Poles going, I'm not saying it's Poles. I don't know if it's Poles, but I would assume that he would be a part of that conversation. I traded this pick for you, and I'm willing to not have you here. That, to me, tells me all I need to know about who the real leader of this organization is right now. And unfortunately, it's not your head coach. And it don't seem to be any of the players on the team, because whenever the players are asked about it, hey, he got to do what he do. He know he got to do better. He talked to us, blah, blah, blah. No.
I want to hope.
Ask Olin Cruz that question.
I want to reserve my judgment on that one, because we don't definitively know if it was a Poles or Flus thing, or if Flus talked to Poles about not letting him.
They talk every week about who's going to be on active and
I'm saying, but we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, we do know that.
We don't know if Poles made that decision or if Flus made that decision or talked to him about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what the course.
Whether you made that decision or not. Week 1 showed you your principle is hits. The number 1 word is hustle.
It's hustle. No, I'm with you.
The second you do that and you allow that back into the room, that's you saying, okay, well, the principle ain't that important.
No, listen, I'm saying I'm not defending him. I'm like, hey, I'm all for giving Flus smoke. But if I don't know if he didn't, like, if he wasn't responsible for the old gentleman in the room, I'm just like, I'm gonna reserve judgment on that. He still got to go though.
Let me ask the old guys.
I still think he lasted way too long.
Let me ask the old guys in the room. When Mike Ditka,
Is that the only guy?
has somebody that maybe didn't get all.
It's a different time frame.
No, it's still the principle.
It's the principle. Old guys, but we all kind of saw it. When Bill Belichick had a guy who didn't hustle.
Hey, he said
whoever, you know what I mean? Like,
he said Buddy in the Super Bowl.
You can't not do that.
No, you can't talk. The thing is, I mean, it's just like kids. If you are the authority, and you can't let them back talk you, because what happens is that they're doing that, and the other kids or the other players are going to do the same thing to you.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like this. You know, you have a substitute teacher or the teacher that first became a teacher. And when they're all green and they're all happy to be there, and then the kids like give them running through everything.
We ran some teachers out,
dude. I'll never forget Mr. Sterling.
I made a teacher cry. I felt so bad.
Mr. Sterling at Rich South back in the day. I mean, he was all hey. He got so mad to the point where kids kept messing with him. My voice cracked one time, and I answered the question. And I was like, he's like, "What's the answer?" I was like, 1. And the whole class erupted in laughter. He thought I was playing. That's it. Get out! He snapped. He had no more patience. It's like, what happened to the nice guy?
All he needed was a reason.
It was a powder keg.
I'm gonna hit you with the Joel. Actually, it's Joe.
Yeah, he was Mr. Garvey.
Go down to Oshak Hennessy office.
And forget that he hit him with the Tim Duncan. He just
teched him up for laughing on the bench.
He double teched you for laughing on the bench.
Hey, he was just smiling on the bench.
Hey, I don't know if I believe that no more.
What?
Because of what we found out about Tim, how Tim talked trash.
Oh, he
I don't know.
He was
Tim might have did something.
Nice.
Tim might have did something, bro. I don't know if I believe that no more. Almost. Bro, you know how mad I be, bro?
Ooh.
I almost blocked your shot.
Keep close. Keep trying.
I don't No, that's not trash. I like that. That's
Hey,
cool.
Hey,
Worse trash
hey,
than
no,
that.
no.
So a ref too?
Kid,
That's kind of soft.
he's getting under your skin, though.
You like that when he not putting 50 on your head. He dropped 50 on DeMarcus Cousins and 22 in like 5 minutes of the game, bro.
Right,
like,
right. He
hey,
cooked
look,
him.
ooh,
Nice try.
Nice
I'm
stuff
gonna be
there,
honest with you. If
Good
you've ever
drive.
been on the receiving end of somebody just going nuts, it's impressive. You'd be like, I don't know how the heck he did it, but I'm gonna go watch some tape because that move right there. Hey, dog, how you do that?
Yeah,
Right there?
facts.
How you do that?
Amazing.
That's hey, listen. When you cook me, you cook me. I'm sorry, it just is what it is.
I've been on the
I'm
receiving
gonna
end of getting
say-
cooked
I'm gonna
by
say
better
this
players.
though. What makes me I'm disappointed that we can't corral this dude or get him in line because he's still a talent. We don't have a lot of talent.
But you know what?
You just-
I
that
don't
just
need
makes me-
talent.
Huh?
I don't need talent that's not willing to put in the
No,
work.
I understand that.
Yeah.
My point is, I'm disappointed that we have a dude that's 6'4", 245 pounds of a receiver. That's
Yeah.
crazy. We don't have a lot of guys like that, and it's just disappointing we can't get this guy properly motivated. Maybe he doesn't believe in the coach. Like he's
He's still a dime a dozen.
a dime
Yeah,
a
I was trying to
dozen.
say,
Still a
There's
dime
plenty
a
of
dozen.
those. That's why
He's
they
a
left,
dime
the Steelers.
No,
No,
They
that's
got
No,
George Pitt.
now listen, maybe not at his
Hey,
not a dime a
stature, if that's
dozen.
what you're saying.
Not
Hey,
a dime a dozen.
that build ain't a dime a dozen.
You don't.
Hey,
That's
you know-
look,
you
look
know
at his
who-
arms,
you-
dude. No, that's
you
not
know
a
who's
dime a-
comparable to him? Like really, you think about who's comparable to him?
Megatron.
DK.
No,
DK.
Megatron's
DK?
big.
DK.
They're all the same.
it's
Okay,
DK.
stat man, look it up.
Build and
Hold on. You know I got to look up.
Build
that.
Chase
and
is
measurements?
6'4", 230.
DK might be
6'4", 238 for Chase.
For 38, that jump is too. That's a linebacker.
DK?
DK's
DK's
like
probably
6'6".
two.
DK.
He's
DK
6'4".
I said
No,
comparable.
he's
I didn't say the
6'4".
same.
He's 6'4", 230. Son, what is he?
Oh, well, hey.
Six.
I
Thank
stand
you.
corrected.
6'4", 2. What?
DK Metcalf is 6'4", 235.
I
That's
told-
the same player.
He's comparable
He
to
won-
DK.
DK look bigger. I didn't know that.
DK's faster
No.
though.
I didn't
No,
know that.
but you know what it is too. I think this is also the scenario that you get yourself into, right? You fall in love with the measurables. You fall in love with what he can do, but you
Ignore what
that
he
you
is doing.
ignore
Yeah.
the things that are the red flags. The two red flags for me coming here with him was I thought he was upset about his situation, so that would fix the mental side of what we were seeing in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I guess this ain't too much of a better situation right now, but
It's a worse.
realistically, I don't believe that, but he got more opportunity. In fact, in the second game, they was like, we got to get the ball to you because you're upset. We want to make you not upset, which also tells me there's weak leadership in the building because of a wide receiver come whining to you, and you just
Which
say,
is
okay,
every wide
we're
receiver.
building
Wide
the
receivers
offense
you
to
can't-
you today.
yeah.
Yeah, but not when you the three.
You
If he worked himself into being the two, I'd feel you on that. But you can't be 3 receptions on 8 targets
and
for
the-
36 yards.
Hold on.
the problem is, we talked about this before, right? The offensive, the identity of what you want to have for this team. So you got to remember, it's still cold once December and January are here, end of November. So you're going to have to run more. You're going to have the stout defense. So yeah, you could try to predicate on passing the ball, but once we get a dome and we're inside, then we might be able to change that personnel where receiving is, a part of the main focus of offense. But you have to have running. We have to get these trenches right. So he can't be selfish to the point that you can't put him in check. But I think any receiver that comes here wants the ball.
Of course, you want the ball, and I do agree that they didn't use him correctly while he was here, at least through the first 3 games, right? But you also got to know the playbook for me to use you correctly.
That's
Chase
true.
Claypool said it himself.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing a screen pass, I thought we were doing a run. We were doing a screen pass. That's why, right? The Shaq Barrett screen that ends up getting picked, the one before that.
Yep.
That's why he's holding.
Yeah.
He
I
thought it
saw
was a
him.
rush.
I saw him on the sidelines, literally throwing a tantrum because I was on that side of the field, and he's over there yelling at the coach, and he's pointing back and forth, and it's like it makes sense because they did. He just stood there on the side and let the play go.
Yeah.
And it's like we need all 11 men on that side to do their job. You have to sell, you have to block, you have to do your part. So it's disappointing that they can't get this guy motivated to play like he's supposed
I also
to.
check his maturity though.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
DJ Moore,
What I'll-
if DJ Moore, who's definitively a better receiver than
Hey,
you,
yo,
ain't
it's
say
crazy.
nothing.
Hey,
Hey, DJ Moore is clearly not being used right, and he ain't saying nothing yet. What makes you think they ain't here to see you?
Hey.
Ain't nobody here to see you, Otis. What is we
Hey.
talking about?
Hey.
Right
No,
now?
we
What
want to
is we
see
doing?
Chase though. We were excited when we did get him.
We don't want to see Chase more than we want to see DJ.
Who is excited?
I want to see
No.
both of them.
No.
We want to see
that
DJ.
man was excited right there.
I was excited for Chase.
Yeah. When we had
I was excited.
Darnell Mooney as our number 1.
I was excited for Chase as the number 2. I really was.
I am too.
Well, not no more. Well,
It's disappointing.
it's time. His time with the Bears is over. It is 100%. And
Facts.
to me, You know, like that's
All right,
the given.
So do you think we're getting a 5th or 6th round pick for the dude?
No, I think they cut him.
I think that nobody's gonna want to trade for like
He's going to come with the moniker of not being a cancer in the locker
He's a
room.
malcontent. He's
all that
a
stuff.
cancer.
He's going to get cut.
he's not and the problem is all the teams that you would think that would be like, oh, maybe we'll take a flyer on him because we got the culture. The GM and the assistant GM are attached here. The organization, like they're the ones that are going to be making the call. You know what I mean? Like
That's the funny part. He might go to.
Don't
Somebody
even-
mentioned it.
don't
Hey,
even-
my man
don't
Drew in the
even
corner
get me
said going to
started on
KC
that.
if
No,
he get cut.
because,
Ryan
because the
Poles.
one
Don't
thing,
even
the
get-
one
if
thing,
Ryan Poles is the one that told you to stay home, you think he's going to tell Andy Reid, yeah, he's a great guy?
No, but
You know what I mean? Like Ryan Poles is from the Kansas City organization.
the
He knows
dude-
the people there. That's what I'm saying. The organizations that will take a flyer on a malcontent are usually your best organizations because they're like, we got the
we got the locker room.
the locker room here to keep you in check and make sure that you're not getting out of body, right?
Like Jalen Carter.
100%. A Jalen Carter situation, right? 100%. But realistically speaking, Ian Cunningham comes from Philly. And the one thing that I do know is the Jalen Carter trade it tells me that they buddy. They're still very handshake with the organizations.
That's how that works.
Yeah, that's why I want that.
Yeah.
But what it also tells me is Ryan Poles ain't gonna pick up the phone and be like, "No, Chase was a great guy."
No, take him off my hands, will you?
Yeah, that's what it's literally gonna be.
That's what it's gonna be.
And take him off your hands mean you sending a pick.
but I do think that if he does get cut, somebody will pick him up.
He'll get picked
I
up
think he'll
because of
get
the
picked
measurables.
And mainly,
He will.
I think he'll get picked up whether he gets a glowing report or not, simply because.
No.
That's because every team thinks
Every-
they're the answer to curing somebody of
Yeah.
whatever they're
You
doing.
just
And
need
we also
one
have to admit
sucker.
that we're not the answer for everybody.
We need one.
Like this
we're not the
situation
answer
was
for a lot of
worse for him than it was in Pittsburgh.
Do you-
It really was.
What do you
It just
think?
is what it is.
What do you think about the fact that we took a swing at this, though? Is this an indictment on Poles, or do you like that your GM's willing to take a chance? So that now the 32nd pick is attached to it.
I think
32nd pick in the
when I
draft.
look-
I got to give him the
like
same
it.
smoke I gave
I don't,
Pace.
I don't like it simply because of the fact, bro, you came from Pittsburgh. Like this is Mike Tomlin. The one thing Mike Tomlin gonna do is show loyalty. So it's like if you coming in, you showing up late, you're not coming to meetings, and then it's like, oh well, you in the locker room, you and Juju, y'all want to do all these TikToks. If y'all not performing to the best of y'all ability, we got to get y'all out of here.
That's the weirdest thing.
So we got y'all out of here. The return they got back was okay. We're gonna draft Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
And we gonna get George Pickens. If he don't want nothing to do with you, hey, if he don't want nothing to do with you, and it's just like Herb said, he don't want nothing to do with you, and Bill don't want nothing to do with you, it's a problem.
right.
I get you. I'm okay with my GM taking chances on certain guys because some guys hit, some guys don't. It's a chink in his armor.
I would say
it is a chink in his armor.
I mean,
But I like a GM that's like, hey, he didn't work there. Maybe we can make it work here.
but he's
This
still a
will
rookie
be your third
GM.
team.
He's a rookie GM compared to Angelo, to Pace, to Emery, and now Poles. I actually like what Pace was doing. I think that his
I do
hands were
like
held
what
a
he's
little
doing.
bit and they had a short leash. I like what Poles is doing. He's also a rookie GM, but we have an assistant GM. He's got some help. You're not going to hit on everything that you do this is your second year of a rebuild.
Yeah.
So like we have to wait for him to see whatever his vision is. He's still trying to figure out is Fields his guy. He set himself up perfectly with these 2 picks for next year. He didn't overspend
His
in
first
free
round
agency.
pick looked like it hit too.
He hit even in
Yeah.
his first drafts with
Yeah.
Brisker. And do y'all realize we drafted a right tackle that doesn't seem to have a back problem? He's starting.
That's actually
He's the first.
well, Tevin was our left tackle.
Tevin came in already with
No.
injuries. He came in as a right tackle, then they moved to the left, and they moved it. We have a day one starter already.
Yeah.
With,
That's impressive.
what's the name?
That
But-
is impressive.
So we only have maybe 50% of what we need. We still need linemen. Now we were talking about this in the car, right? Me, you, Drew. How do we know that if Eberflus is gone, do we get another defense? Because do we have personnel that better fits a 3-4 now? Because we need these 4 dynamite defensive linemen to run that defense.
you have you have to bring in somebody that fits the defense that's here, unless you're gonna restart everything.
That's what I'm saying. If they
but
restart next
realistically,
year,
you're not gonna restart everything because it's the defense that Ryan
but how
Poles
do
wants
we-
in place.
and how do we know that his hands were tied? That he had to pick from this group. He didn't get the guy he wanted, right? We don't know. Maybe that's true. Maybe not.
I don't buy into that because the reason that he didn't go to Minnesota was because they wouldn't let him do what he wanted to do. The reason that he did, like, if your hands are tied, like we have,
you're right.
We have to be realistic as Bears fans, right? Poe, he can mess up. He's gonna mess up. My hope is that he hits on 55% of his draft picks, 55% of his free agent signings. You know what that means? He hit more than he missed. Realistically, that's really the average. Shout out to him. That's really the average that you're gonna get. You know, I mean, like 60% is one
Really
of the best
good.
GMs in the NFL.
Really good.
Realistically, right?
Really
You're hitting
good.
on 60% of your picks, and of course, we have to wait right now to see what these picks are gonna be. But at the end of the day, for me, with Poles, Eberflus is his guy, because if Eberflus wasn't his guy, you don't go. Especially when the Bears have had their hands tied, we talked about it. Phil Emery's hands were tied. You want to know why? You can't trade Jay Cutler.
Right. No, you had to sign him.
You have to sign Jay. You can't trade him. You have to fix.
They gave him
Jay
that $127
Cutler.
million contract. It's like you didn't have to.
Everybody else who came in was like, we should get rid of Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
I don't want to have Jay Cutler. Who was my man? That's the GM now in Indianapolis. That was gonna get the job here. Heck, we had the head coach of Tampa. Right, all of them in here, and he was like, "I would love to coach the Chicago Bears. I don't want to coach Jay Cutler.
Right.
You can't get rid of Jay Cutler. When the Bears are tying your hands, you're not trading Khalil Mack. You're not trading Robert Quinn. You're not trading.
They were long in the tooth.
He just had 6 sacks yesterday.
I was just about to say.
Woo!
Oh yeah, great. Thanks, Khalil.
He also
after
would've-
how long?
He also would have been.
He was hurt when he was-
Hey, look.
6 sacks, 2 fumbles,
6 sacks,
Yeah.
1 game, right?
By the way,
One
he had
game?
44 points in fantasy. But who
No,
started?
hey,
Did anybody
it's
start
crazy.
him? Did anybody
It's
start him?
crazy.
No.
I don't have him on my team.
Did anybody start him? No. I would love to know. Like, oh yeah, Khalil Mack did great. Did anyone start him in fantasy?
Joe,
No, I'm just asking because
Joe,
if he's so
you're
dominant,
the only one that adds defense in fantasy.
I'm just saying.
You're the only one that plays fantasy
Of
this
the
way,
pe-
bro.
In the chat, Breeze Nation. If any of you play with linebackers and defensive players,
You were the only one that plays fantasy this way.
Nobody had him
does.
started.
How many points did he make?
He probably had like
44.
40 points, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
44
going
points.
to 6 sacks, 2 forced
Yeah,
fumbles
I
is
think-
crazy.
you know what makes me
But-
mad? Because I dropped Joey Bosa because he was hurt.
Right.
He started.
But my point is, right, like if you were going to get rid of Flus, if you weren't going to be in on Flus,
How did you know that?
what, 44
It was
points?
44
I mean, I'm just adding up how many
I told you it was
sacks
44
cost.
points. Why
But-
doesn't anybody listen to me? Jesus Christ.
Quiet.
You right.
But, be quiet back there. If Flus wasn't Poles higher, he wouldn't be here.
Okay,
Like, I
fine.
really believe that.
All right, then we'll move on from that. The point is, like you said, 55%. If he can hit, he's still a rookie GM. And I think if Eberflus is going to be going, actually, do we segue into the next topic?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for the most part, does he get a chance to get his coach, right? We don't know. I mean, that would be great. My thing was this: rookie head coach, rookie offensive coordinator, rookie GM, rookie assistant GM. Now we got a rookie president of operations. Like, everybody's a rookie. And now that we have a little bit more season and tenure, now can he maybe identify what he really wants in the identity of his team?
Flus to me is on the hot seat for 2 reasons. One, the leadership qualities we've seen of this team as a whole, right? Since this season, I think that there's been a complete letdown of leadership in the Bears organization.
You gotta get used to it.
2, you've been at the head of literally one of the worst defenses in Chicago Bears history, which is actually impressive because Mel Tucker was here.
Yeah.
That's actually
Yeah.
impressive.
Hold on, let me hit a horn for that one.
Yeah.
That's actually impressive. You know what I mean?
bar.
Like you're, and I get it. Last season, I understand it. This season, you had to come in and realize that, hey, we have no way of getting pressure. Yes, we have Yannick Ngakoue. Yes, we have, but at some point during camp, you got to say we got to switch something up.
He's still sitting on
Is
one.
You got into week 1, we got to switch something up. We got pressure on 17% of these or we brought pressure 17% of the time. We got we get 4 pressures on Jordan Love the first week. We got to switch something up. Week 2, little blitz. Week 3, little blitz.
I told you
I
the
think he has
defense
a
is like that
scapegoat, though.
grandma on the clumps on the. I want relations and no teeth. This defense is weak.
He
If
has
they
his
chewing
scapegoat,
on
though.
me, they can't do nothing.
Yeah.
They got nothing. No fight.
Flus has his scapegoat though. He can blame Allen Williams for a lot.
No, he's the head
You
coach.
can't blame Allen Williams because you're the head coach. You hired Allen
You're
Williams.
the head coach. You brought in this staff. These are your guys. And he was with him.
Still supposed to be the guru.
Time out. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. We can say the same thing about Poles and the fact that Flus is even here and the fact that the Allen Williams is even here. That trickles all the way
Yeah,
down.
but we 14 games into Flus and he might be gone.
Bro,
You know what I mean? Like realistically.
But
Kid,
it's a Pat
nah.
designer stat. We intentionally lost games.
Hold on.
We did. No.
So I mean, he can't be on the
No.
hot seat for last
No,
season.
no. But what? No, I'm with you on that. The organization pulled the rug out from under his team last year. I've said this is not, but even with all of that coming into this season, you continuing the defensive inabilities. The Bears are one of the worst defenses in the NFL, while there's one of the worst defenses in NFL history in the NFL. The Bears rank 32nd in the NFL, while there's one of the worst defenses in NFL history in the NFL.
And I was going.
You can't get worse than that. Like literally, the only reason the Bears aren't 32 in everything is because Denver exists right now.
It's bad.
And you just lost to them.
Yeah.
It's bad.
And you lost to them off of decisions that people are questioning on whether they're good decisions. The 4th down now is where this kind of comes in. Where we at on the 4th down play. I like going for it.
I like going for it.
I hate going for it out of the shotgun.
I hate that
Oh
part.
my God. Yeah.
That part is the part right
But
there.
out of the shotgun,
Olin did break down why he did it.
out
though.
of the
It made
shotgun,
sense.
there's a read option there.
There's a read option.
There's a
Justin had
read
that.
option. Justin Fields could have held on to the football, ran up the right side. Everybody saw the right side. The right side was gloriously open,
Left
but
side.
he also saw.
Hey,
Left side.
Mike Davis, the Bears
Left side.
defense ranked behind half the XFL.
Hey, bro. What's Steve-O, you in here? What did Steve-O say? Steve-O said the Bears defense said, I don't need the Bears to be great. I just need us to be better than the New Hampshire Shrimps or whatever it was, bro. Like,
I see you,
like,
V-Dog. I see you, V-Dog.
bro. Like it's one of those joints where I'm
a bar.
hey, bro. That mess
That's
had
a
me
bar.
dying, bro.
That's a bar.
Steve-O had me cracking up with that one. I look at that play. And I don't believe that play, that's where everybody's looking at saying that's a fireable offense. You missing on that.
No, I don't
It's not
think
a
that's the
fireable
point.
offense if he makes it. And realistically,
He's a genius if it works.
right. But to me, plays like that, I can't fire you.
You can only get 4th down conversions.
No.
And
go for it
on that
4th down,
drive,
baby.
Hold
were
on.
we
That's it.
not
You gotta go
destroying
for
them
it.
in the run?
I would say
We
this
were
though.
the
It's
entire
not
time.
the problem is that's not necessarily a questionable play, right? If he wins, if it makes it, he's a genius. The problem is that they took the foot off the gas. So they were up 28-7.
Yeah.
Now, even with Fields fumbling the ball to score it, they give him 14. One of those.
No, that gave him 28.
They gave him
That was
20.
28. They
That
scored
was
2
28.
touchdowns before
Right.
that.
Okay. So the point is that they scored enough points where they came back. The coaching saying of letting. I always tell. I don't want to see you play not to lose. You have to play to win.
Yeah.
And when you play like that, first of all, why are you depending on your defense? Your defense is trash. Like the coaching says, we got to keep going. I said that the other day. Fields has to be Superman in order to win. We cannot depend on this defense. And the coaching, you can't let it all go down to that one play in the 4th quarter, right? Because now all the pressure's on this dude of doing that. You put him in a position not to necessarily win when you should have kept your foot on the gas and they should have kept going after.
But to me, right, the 3rd quarter is perfect. The 3rd quarter is what I wanted.
Yeah.
You're up, you score a touchdown, you're up 28-7,
Right.
and then you have a 9-minute drive. That's what you want to see. I think people are saying that's taking your foot off the gas.
I
No,
don't think
that's
that's taking
winning
your foot.
football.
Not when they scored another
When you have
14, though.
Hey, listen.
Then you go after it.
But
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
Once
but
they
the
got
9-minute drive led to the touchdown.
that's great.
Yeah, so
I'm
you're
fine
When
kind
they
with that.
score the other point, when they score points again, then you have to go. But the problem is, how do you set the difference between taking your foot off of the gas in that moment and realizing that this team can't turn it back on once we start slowing it
Bruh.
down?
I don't know. I
Once
look at
it-
that differently.
no.
Go, Steph. What are you trying to say?
My issue was this. he brought in Mercedes Lewis, Robert Ryan. He brought in all those guys because they wanted to control time of possession. That's what the whole thing
He controlled time
was going to be about
They
from the
won that
beginning.
matchup.
That's the reason why I was so hyped, because I said, "Yo, once they get up, who's gonna stop them from running the ball?" Now, when we get in terms of the field goal, it's like I was trying to say earlier. I think that you take the points. Obviously, we're gonna disagree, but then you got the.
I mean, listen, we lost. I can't say you're wrong.
You got the 31.
We lost the game. What I'm gonna be? You're wrong. They should have went for it. I just said I can live with you going for it. We lost the game by 3.
My thing is though, they take the points. You're up 31-28. Now that they come back down, you're asking them to go get the stop, which they do. So then if it's 31-31, I can put the game back in Justin's hands, and at that point I'm winning or losing, because even if he goes down, what's the objective of the quarterback? I need to go down to get points, so I'm taking those points.
I mean, but realistically,
the
the scenario that you just described is exactly what happened. Like, they didn't get the go for it. They went for it. They didn't get it. But the ball ended up in Justin's hands on the last drive. Like realistically,
but
you want the ball in your QB's hands.
I like
that's. I mean,
if you take the field goal, you don't waste that time out.
You can call very different plays if you're tied 31-31 versus being down 31-28.
You got one, I think it's 151 or 131 on the clock, and you're driving with 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
Versus now you got 38 seconds. We're in the middle of the field. Now
I look at it differently because
it's
only one situation in which you can give Justin Fields the confidence to be that guy. Is put him in situations in which he's that guy. And that's the situation where he's definitively that guy.
I like Coach.
But he was that guy, because whether people want to give it to him or not, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You're wild.
Yeah, that's wild. That's crazy.
We're gonna move past that.
We're gonna move past that one. Pause. Whether people want to give him the credit or not, he drove down the field and put you in a position to take the lead. The coach's decision then takes that out of his hands.
Yeah.
But he drove down the field and put you in a position to take the lead.
That's what my thinking was.
But I think that
That's
it's also it's a learning thing. It's a learning example for
everybody,
Fields.
Unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah.
He had the best game of his career, right?
Hey, everybody worried about
Best game of his career.
Hey, everybody worried about Justin leaving and becoming an elite quarterback somewhere else. What if Flus leaving and becoming an elite head coach somewhere else? Smaller lessons he learned in Chicago.
Where's my horn at?
He might.
Well, that does
all that
happen.
could
Some
happen.
guys get
It
a second
does happen.
chance.
Belichick was in Cleveland.
Exactly. A lot of guys get a second chance.
Everybody that leaves here gets better because we're the training ground.
A lot of legendary people failed their first
What was you
time.
saying, Joe? What was you saying? What was your point?
Good on the Ravens.
But he also he's insulated on the Ravens, though.
I can't. I think I would say
he's
something to. What were we talking about? Eberflus.
Yeah, being on the hot seat.
I don't know. I think that I can't remember what I was about to say. I was about to switch the stuff. You can switch.
But moving on to stuff that's I say this. I think this is nothing but a morale boost for Justin going into the next game. Like, you have a lot of positive tape for the first time this season to build upon. You got to think about that. And there's no other thing that you can say, well, he played well. You don't have it. It didn't exist. If it did, show it to me. We don't have it. You have it now.
Pittsburgh. That game against Pittsburgh. We got cheated out of that one. Remember the ref called the flag
he was saying this season though.
This season.
Yeah, no, this season.
Oh no, this season you got nothing.
This is the first game ever.
Hey, bro, good tape last year is worth $1 million for that team that he had on that.
But good tape this year for the situation he's in is gold for his confidence. And so now DJ Moore looks good. He's getting the receptions.
Yep.
We see that connection, how that's going. We feel good about this team.
Justin
overall.
was confident enough to force the ball to him with double coverage.
Guess what? Boom. Yeah. All of that is
that catch was a crazy catch. He caught that.
We got to build upon
that. And the defender was like, "You caught that?" Bro, that was crazy.
But this is the crazy part. I don't think it's a confidence boost for Justin. I think it's a confidence boost for Getty. Because
both help Justin though.
Because to me, Justin already knew that he could do that with DJ Moore. That's been up.
I don't.
Mm.
There's
You
a-
just
No.
Still needs to be proven.
That's
Let
not
me
a bad
go.
point, though. That's not a bad point.
Let me go.
It's not a
He got
bad
his own little
point.
section. He hot now.
Listen.
Welcome to Ringo's Corner.
So listen.
Ringo's Red Hot Corner.
Hey, okay. Shout out to you.
Proud of you. Forget you, dog. Say your point.
Raging Ringo.
But in all honesty, I don't think it's a confidence boost. I don't think it's a confidence boost for Justin. That's exactly why I said that the game that they just got done playing didn't show me anything for Justin. Gatsy can cook. You have to allow him. That's the connection with DJ has been there. The connection with Cole's been there. You have to call
Sword.
the right play.
Hey, no, dog. I get.
Don't get
I got
fooled.
tape with
Hold
DJ
on.
Moore going like this.
Fool's gold.
Every single week.
I got tape with DJ Moore going like this.
That's about 3 or 4 plays, but every single week.
Same game.
It was. It was 3 plays in the same game.
Bro, you're going to miss your star wide receivers. Jalen Hurts just did that with AJ Brown 2 weeks ago.
And AJ Brown said, "Give me the ball."
And Jalen Hurts said, "Calm your butt down." I love that. Hey, they said, when did you realize you was tweaking? And when Jalen told me.
They're not. That's going to happen. But I have too many instances of too many weeks when we're seeing people ex-QBs that say, "Yo, if I can't read this, there's nothing there. It's offensive malpractice."
Yeah.
He's already knowing that he's been able to do
Did you
this.
just say
which is
male
not-
practice?
but-
Malpractice.
Malpractice.
He hit it right.
There we go.
It was right.
Malpractice.
He hit it right.
So I think it was a confidence boost for Gatsby
I-
more than it was for Justin.
I don't hate that take because
I don't hate it.
the reason that Justin Fields is the reason we're here with Justin, or we saw this game plan, is because literally 4 people on your offense went, yeah, we got to fix this. Like we got to figure out what this scheme is.
Mhm.
Like DJ Moore, Justin Fields, Chase Claypool, who's now up out of here. But like when you have that many players on the offensive side of the football, Darnell Mooney, when you have that many players on the offensive side of the football going, hey, we just got to get the ball to our playmakers, guys. Like we have to get the ball in the hands of our playmakers. And the biggest thing for me is name me an offense you've seen work that goes east to west.
Hey,
Name me a historic offense that goes east to west.
Not necessarily. I would say the 49ers and the way they did it.
Ravens.
The old school 49ers, like the Bill Walsh, West Coast.
They still went vertical.
They
though.
went vertical because they had
49ers
Rice.
had-
I'm talking about
they
when the
used-
base of your
but they
defense is
used-
east to west.
But they used their running back like a straight receiver coming
For
out of
sure.
there.
Any
And
team that's run heavy, I would say.
tight ends,
But I also think 49ers, right? A lot of slants.
Oh no. Yeah, the 2000 Ravens,
That's what
right?
I'm saying. I'm
That's
thinking
what
the
you're saying?
Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an idea.
Yeah, go ahead, steal that.
I
Go ahead,
came
steal
up
that.
with
Say who it was again. No,
The 2000 Ravens.
2000 Ravens, right? But 2000 Ravens, Shannon Sharp on that team, right?
Yep.
A lot of slants.
A
A lot of slants. Like it's just what we can't move the ball down the field. What we gonna do? Give it to the big black dude.
'Cause
Wow, he's dead. Oh, that's crazy.
It's because I want my
You
restitution.
keep moving forward.
I'm getting my restitution.
I'm gonna get my restitution. I love that. I love that. When they make fun of him for that, it makes me laugh so hard, bro. No, I think that Justin Fields had a career day. I mean, clearly he had a career day. I like Ringo's take on that though. The boost to me isn't a confidence that Justin could get the ball to DJ, because I do think that they were confident in that. The conversations that all of them had was, can we get the ball to DJ? Right? Like even the screen passes, right? I can live with the screen passes.
None of them was to DJ.
If you throw screen passes to DJ Moore,
None of them was to
the
DJ.
best play we saw in preseason was a screen
Screen pass
pass
to
to DJ Moore. And DJ Moore is a savant, bro. You get him the ball, and it's just like, oh, okay, little
It's a
5-yard
fast-
picking. 16.
It's a fast dude.
How we get 16 out of that?
Sneaky fast. Yeah.
He's
I
sneaky.
think,
fast.
White guy?
White guy.
All white
White
dudes
guy?
are sneaky fast.
Sneaky fast got sneaky high.
Cerebral. All white guys are cerebral. You know what I mean?
Hey, actually, it's funny that you said it, bro. Somebody said Hunter Renfro is actually like in an encyclopedia. Like it's scary how like
He's cerebral.
he picked
He's cerebral.
he picked up an It's wow. It's
Hey, let's
wild.
finish it off with this, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and rocking with us. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page if you haven't already left for Monday Night Football, because that's what we about to get into.
Oh yeah.
Who had the worst weekend? The Chicago Bears had a gut-wrenching loss, literally one of the worst losses in history, by the way. I don't know if y'all noticed or not. This ties the biggest blown lead by the Chicago Bears, I believe, all time.
I thought it is the biggest.
I think it ties it. Or the Chicago Cubs, who will be joining the Chicago White Sox in the offseason on that boat.
Hey, Chicago, what do
Need
you
to
say?
relax, Pat, okay?
I'm just saying.
Time out. Nah, we're not going because y'all was supposed to make the World Series or at least the ALCS.
Y'all had a
Y'all
way
was
better
wide
team.
open for the last
Hey,
5
a
years.
way better team.
Hey, y'all
what's up with
how
that?
far back you want to take this?
What's up with that?
Y'all was supposed to have have a dynasty and sold all the pieces off.
And didn't your best player get knocked out?
I can't fight back.
Yeah,
on
can't
that
do
one.
that.
Hey,
We can't do
hey,
that.
Tim Anderson got not. Well, no, he's not our best player. He's not our best player.
Anderson? No,
No, Lou Bob is our best player. Come on now. Lou Bob is our best player.
You got somebody getting knocked out that was ready to knuckle up.
Hey,
Yeah.
man,
He was
listen.
ready to knuckle up.
It was just one swing. He
Hey,
caught him.
he thought he was ready to knuckle up. He was more ready for fisticuffs.
Southside with that. Huh?
Hey,
It was just one swing.
he definitely came out ready for fisticuffs.
Hey,
No, listen.
He was
Hey,
ready to
that's
box.
exactly how he knuckled up on that, bro.
exactly.
Like them boxing classes, ain't it?
My man got hit with an overhead. I was like, what the heck?
Who had the worst weekend, Cubs or Bears?
Cubs.
I'm going Bears.
It got to be the cut.
Because the Cubs, the reason why I say that is because the Cubs started out horrible. Then they had this huge
They
like
got
just
hot at the
up-
right time.
Yeah.
and then they just fell off. So I didn't expect them to even be in that position.
Hey,
But no one expected
do
the Bears.
Do the Bears make the playoffs right now? Like, you know what I mean?
Playoffs?
Do the Bears have a shot?
I just want to win a game.
I'm gonna say
I just want to win a game.
I'm gonna say
game.
Bears. I'm gonna say Bears simply because our defense
That's
is
rock
worse
bottom.
than we lost to. We were up 28-7.
Yeah.
We had them down.
The problem is that
People are actually going to get fired potentially off of this. Chase Claypool was out. Like, we've not only had the worst week,
We
we
had the
lost a
worst-
defensive
we had the worst
coordinator.
2 weeks in
We
the
lost
city.
the defensive
Yes,
coordinator, and I mean the national media. We had people talking about Justin Fields would be an MVP, quarterback.
Dummies.
I'm just saying, but the
Yeah, that was
national
way too
media
far
was
for me.
everybody picked the Bears to beat the Packers in week 1. Like normally, Bears don't get a lot of love like that. They were
Never got it
believing in
again.
this team.
We ain't gonna never get
I
it
meant to
again.
ask you this, Pat. Since you were able to go see the practices and things of that nature, did any of those signs? Did you see any signs of that when you were there watching them practice?
Did I see any signs?
Any
of
signs of like
Alan
the
Williams
ineptitude?
diddling women? No, I didn't see any signs of that, Joe. Like what? Why
I'm talking about the offensive challenges that we had. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
I thought because you said Alan Williams. I was like, what?
I did not say
Get
that. I
your
said
boy,
the practices.
man.
I
Get
said we
your
lost-
boy,
Hey,
bro.
He- Whoa,
like,
whoa!
what?
Technical
you
foul.
doing right
Technical
there?
foul.
I didn't see it. I
Whoa,
see-
whoa.
You need to leave.
Time out. Time out.
You need to leave.
Nah, man.
I'm saying,
Nah.
you know, because you know how they would say, they would always say, "Oh, they had a great practice."
Yeah.
They'd always have a great practice, especially like the Trubisky years.
I think I saw all the signs of the defense struggle. I saw signs of the offensive line having question marks.
right.
And with both of those, there was always somebody in the backfield with Justin Fields, which to me would lead to a struggle. The problem with training camp and how they do training camp now is
You can't get the full
I'm not even practicing how to hit you.
right.
I'm not even practicing how to wrap the quarterback up. And I think that Justin Fields, to me, I said this all practice because he just stood in there, right? Guys are running past him. He just stands in there. He delivers a good football, throws a completion, big pass to DJ Moore. But in my mind, I'm going sack, double sack, crazy. Like sack. What are you doing right now? Like, we're not calling this.
Right.
Like, the play should be blown dead. And that was the thing for me that I came back every day and saw consistently. That was my biggest issue every day. I was like, hey, Braxton Jones still getting pushed the other direction.
And I think
You know what I mean? Like that's the part for me where
And you don't see any coaching toward that when it's happening?
you see them yelling at him, but like, I mean, at the end of the day, you still got to have a talent that can do it, right? Like Simo's in there. He's getting after Braxton Jones for getting bull rush. Luke Getsy's getting on guys for missing their assignments or you know, Flus is yelling at guys and telling them start practice over for, you know what I mean? Like that's you're seeing these things in practice. That doesn't mean that it's
It's going to
getting home
Yeah.
and it's going to translate, because in practice, I can say a million things, but if me sacking you is going,
Yeah, don't mean
because I can't touch you, it don't mean nothing.
Is Luke Getsy Paul Westhead?
No, because Paul Westhead won.
Paul Westhead won, yeah.
He had a system.
Paul Westhead
and
won a
he
championship,
He
didn't he?
developed his own
Yeah,
system.
he won the first championship.
I've been saying
but
whatever
they
court.
attribute a lot of that to Rouse too.
No, he took over. Supposedly, Magic was not having the system because it took away his personality, who he was.
Yeah.
And when he got fired, they want to go back to. It was actually the other guy. The other guy was the coach that actually McLaughlin.
He died. Yeah.
No,
Well,
he didn't die.
He got
hit.
Yeah.
He fell off a bike or something like that, cracked his head. But apparently, that system they liked to run. And then when Westhead came in, that's the system he had. That's the system that got Hank Gathers killed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the running gun. That system.
It's crazy they canceled Winning Time, bro.
Nah,
Yeah.
That show was
good.
crazy
Show was
good,
so good.
bro.
Nah,
Have you seen that?
It was definitely. It was definitely a dramatic show.
Did you see the second season?
It was mad
That's what
wild.
second
Hey,
season's
hey,
wild.
when Riles take over, bro. Hey, that scene where Riles take over,
They need to.
you gotta be tight like this. I was like,
That was a good actor.
hey,
right
I
there.
gotta go coach. I gotta go play a game
That's a
real
good
quick.
actor right there.
Coach Riles
Gotta go
said,
play a game.
hey, listen, he be effing up Miami, but I mean, realistically,
It is what it is.
hey, listen. All I'm saying is this, right? Like, I loved Winning Time. I thought Riles was a great coach, but when you can allow this to happen at the start of your season, I mean, look, you gotta look on Restream here. Yeah, we got when you can
Technical foul.
because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
As long as
Is that an earring?
Hey,
Is that a ring?
He got an eyebrow ring. Oh, he committed.
Oh yeah,
He committed.
He got the
Lip ring and all.
jacket. He got the jacket too. He got the jacket.
Look at Restream.
Maybe
I already seen it
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
maybe he's saying that the
I
green.
think
Get your man's, bro.
As
Get your
long
mans.
as he hooping, I don't care.
Hey,
Nah,
I will say this. I think he's very superstitious with how he goes through his game planning. So he started last season doing something stupid with his hair, and they went to the NBA Finals. So I think he probably was like, "Do it again."
Does he take his season photo like that?
Yes.
Does he take his
Bro,
what?
yeah, no.
Yes. Last year. No,
Bro,
think about
bro,
it. You don't remember seeing this? Last year, whenever they showed Jimmy's picture
Yeah,
his
it's
long
with the-
hair.
on the he had the long hair. So he
wow.
took his team
They
photo
even
like
did, They
that.
even did that on 2K. He was like, "No, you gotta take that down." And he literally said today, he was like, "Yeah, y'all laughing at my hair. We're literally gonna find a way to go back to the finals. Y'all gonna say that we got unlucky, and I'm gonna do my job."
What'd I
I'm gonna
tell
do
you?
my job.
I do want to address this before we go. I'm not starting rumors on the whole Allen Williams situation. I don't know what happened with any of that. I really don't. That was just the last
The
report
views
that they put
expressed
out.
by
There
Pat
was,
Designer do not reflect
there
the
was
views of the
sexual
Windy City Breeze.
misconduct in the building. That was the last thing that Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter put out. So don't attribute nothing
Make sure
to
you say
Pat the
those
designer
special names.
name until Pat get big enough for his name to be attributed to. Yeah, I mean,
The
but
views
nah.
expressed by
Real
Pat the
quick,
Designer do not
real quick.
reflect those of the rest of the Windy City Breeze.
Right.
They not reflect the views of Joel Holt and
Right.
Pat, Paris and Ringo.
I don't
Andrew,
know what
Calvin,
happened.
and
The last thought of allegations was that last that I heard. But no, I don't want y'all running with that out here talking about Pat said. I have no idea. But I thought that's what Joel was talking about. And,
I didn't know. No,
not.
Yo.
Could
He
run
was
the
not.
tape back. I did not.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I wasn't in it.
I
was just
Oh, your
here.
name
I
Bennett?
do gotta ask y'all this because
Is it gonna be
I
about
was
Allen
thinking, I
Williams?
was thinking about the
He's not asking about Allen Williams no more today.
It's gonna be about Allen Williams?
No more Allen Williams.
I did just think about this on the way, like last night, like right when I called Pat, 'cause I called to check on him.
And he did call me. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't say 2 words on the phone call. I swear I
I
did.
called to check on him. Hey, y'all realize we are 4 games into the NFL season, and 1,000 points to whoever get this right. What's the hottest ticket in Chicago right now?
Connor Bedard.
No.
Bedard, baby.
Connor Bedard.
That's wild.
No, it
Hockey.
ain't.
A preseason
Hockey.
game.
A preseason hockey
preseason
game.
game.
Man, it's number 1 pick for a reason.
You got to think
No,
though.
absolutely.
You got to think though.
Absolutely. But
He's slated to be the next Wayne. Gretzky.
oh no, yeah. Oh, I know. He's him.
Hey,
He's him.
Hey,
He's him.
this man threw a pass, slid through like this, came back down, caught it between the legs, through the net. I was like,
Cold.
Like, we ain't even talk, bro. That's why.
Demond said, Nas.
Week 4, we focused on hockey.
I think the last person to have this much fanfare
Nas.
in any sport was Zion.
Derek.
No, we get this in hockey a
in
lot.
the city.
We get this in hockey a lot. There's in the city.
In the city, it's got to be since Derek.
Are you talking about it? Oh, just in strictly Chicago?
Yeah, it's Derek.
Gotta be since
It's
Derek.
Derek.
Gotta be
Easily.
since
Just
Derek.
like hype?
Yeah, just hype.
Yeah, just
It's
hype.
Derek.
Just like
Eh,
it gotta be
Derek.
Derek.
okay.
It gotta be Derek.
No. Well,
Right?
we compare
no,
one
because
player.
Chris Bryant is after Derek.
Yeah.
Chris Bryant didn't get.
Oh,
the
I get
second
that.
fanfare.
It no.
Chris Bryant was coming out as the best
yeah.
prospect.
Football games on.
And he won. He did win one.
So Jamal Adams just got knocked out the game zone.
Oh yeah, it is 7:20. We just sitting here chopping it up. Hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button,
Do you
subscribe
put
to the
that back and
page.
say-
Hey, we like the vibes, bro. We like the vibe.
Like the vibe.
We like the vibes, man.
Hey, can we get rid of this?
Can we,
Oh.
the orange helmet?
Oh yeah.
We might need to take.
We might have
Hey,
to.
we got to figure. We got to stop being superstitious. Who's doing their hair like Jimmy?
I wish I could.
I nominate C Dub.
I got Pete.
He the only one with the hair. He can straighten up the hair, lay it down.
We got to figure out what
I
the.
feel like I got a lot of sweat. Not
No, we need. That's the problem. The last time the Bears were good, Joel had hair.
That's not a
Joe.
the Super
Gotta get
Bowl
away.
was that 0-7? I came home in
No, it will
06.
be the
05.
When you say you came home, what you mean by that, my
Hey,
brother?
home,
Hey,
you
said
got
that
to
a couple
shave.
times. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about.
That's a term for
What you mean by that? When you
came home. That's when you
That's
go
what it's
ball.
called. That's what it's called.
Oh,
Marky
Hey,
said
man.
it. He was like, "Come on home."
The next
When
time
you
we
holding
see-
on that last little piece up there, just come home. Just go ahead, take it off. Shave it off. Don't hold on to
Next
it.
time we see Joe, he gonna come in with the whip. And yeah, fix some mics. Fix some mics.
Hey man,
hey Joe, if you do the wig and have them like faded down so you have waves,
that'd be hilarious.
I mean, I used to have a beautiful grade of hair, and maybe I do go to Turkey, but I don't know if I'm
Go to
committed
Turkey,
that.
bro.
I don't know
Do
if I'm
it.
committed
It's
to that.
only 10 bands.
do it.
50
It's less.
bands.
It's less than
100
that.
bands. Nothing,
It's
man.
less than that.
Let's just not even discuss it, man.
I'm just
OMG.
saying, man. You know, the green is for the money and the gold's for the honeys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
All right, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. 4P Kid, of course, Stefan Nadine over there, and the whole
Lick his lips
production
again.
squad. Stop licking his lips! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! The whole production squad in the back, man. Y'all stay safe out here, Chicago. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.